Welcome to Wit and Wedlock.
Where humor meets honesty.
He's quick with the jokes,
She's sharp with the sass.
and together we're unpacking the chaos, comedy, and connection of marital life. Hello, everyone.
What's up?
We are doing this thing, aren't we?
We are.
What is this thing?
It's a podcast where we are going to share lots of laughter and fun about our lives together.
Yeah, I just feel like, first of all, we should say welcome
Yeah,
to whoever is listening. We wanted to start a podcast for a while. Most of you, if you don't know, maybe most of them do know. I don't know, but you're pretty funny.
yeah, sometimes. Sometimes.
You're funny. And I feel as if I give you a hard time a lot.
No, you don't.
But in a good way, I feel as if this
You,
is something.
you've never given me a hard time.
Never,
Not once.
never, not once. Okay.
Not once.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know you live in denial.
You've been great.
But we are gonna do this thing. We named it Wit, not Wet.
I can't say it. So whenever we do the introduction, it's her saying it because I always say, this is Wet and Wedlock.
Wit,
I can't say it.
Wit and Wedlock.
There's a lot of words I don't know how to say.
Wit and Wedlock. So we'll just be discussing life, marriage, everything in between.
Yeah, let's just go over how it started when we
How
first
did
met.
it start? Well, hold on, you're getting ahead of
sorry.
yourself. So what's your name?
My wife doesn't know my name. It's Patrick.
And I'm Sarah.
Yeah.
So
we first met.
well, hold on.
Sorry. Okay. You go.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
All right. Go.
How long have we been married?
It is almost 2 years.
It'll be 2 years this year.
In May 13th.
So that's pretty crazy, right?
It's pretty crazy. When my grandmother and my grandfather got married May 13th, and we didn't know that. So when I told my mom, hey, we're gonna get married May 13th, she was like, oh, that's when my parents got married. And it was
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was like 50 years or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, wait.
50,
yeah, way longer than that.
Wait.
My parents had been married 50
Oh,
years.
that's right. Okay, so maybe it was
They were like in the 1920s or something, 1930s.
Okay, I can't do math. 70s, 70 years, something like that.
Way more than that, I think.
80 years?
Could be over 100 if for all we know. We don't know how to do math.
Math is hard, but it was really cool that we picked the date that was your grandparents.
Yeah, and we didn't even know. So
and
that
that's
was
really
exciting.
cool. So May 13th, it'll
May
be
13th.
2 years this year.
Yep.
So like we said, the purpose of this podcast is to be funny, relatable, real conversations about marriage and life.
And then maybe in the future we'll have other guests on and have fun.
Yeah, that'll be in the future. So we're excited about that. So yeah, I bring the sass.
And I bring the laughs.
There we go. Okay. So we're going to share an icebreaker, like something to get it going here. What's a funny fact about me?
Funny fact about you.
Yes.
Funny fact about you is when I go to kiss you, you make like a face as if you're like you don't want to be, you're like, if you're watching on video, she backs up a little bit for kisses. But it's cute. And that's a little fun.
Okay. In my defense, it's always like when I'm either like just waking up or I've like
You're pissed off about something.
I'm like it's like never like an opportune time.
I've tried every hour of the day, and so
apparently I'm angry all the time.
So far, anytime it's like do I have to do this?
Oh my gosh, I love kissing you.
Yeah, you do.
I do. You make me sound like
you're good. No, you're I remember on our first date. That was cool.
Hold on, hold
I
it.
know.
Okay, so a funny fact about you, um, is there's a lot of funny facts about you. Don't pick her up.
She won't stop.
Do you have to ignore her?
All right.
He picked up our
All right.
dog.
Continue.
Okay.
Continue. I'm sorry.
Don't boss me
Okay, I
around.
can't help it. All right, put her down.
A funny fact about you is, I've never seen you do stand-up
Yeah, yeah.
comedy. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
I had never seen you do stand-up comedy, and then about almost a couple years ago was the first time that I saw you do it, and it was freaking hilarious. You're funny. Like I've never seen you in that setting, and you used to do stand-up.
Yep.
So it was really cool to see you do that, um, and say things that made me really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because that's what you love doing,
Yeah.
making people feel uncomfortable.
It's it's fun.
But you were hilarious. People actually loved it. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like,
I
even
made a
though you,
transgender joke, and then at the end, this gay couple was like, "Hey, that was hilarious."
oh my
I said,
gosh.
"Thank you."
Okay. Save that for another day. Um, okay. We are into our like origin story, and we're gonna start on our first date.
First date.
So well, let's have you give your perspective of our first date,
Yeah. So
and then I'll give mine.
the night before, I was having a few beers,
A
watching
few. Hold on. What equals a few in
like
Patrick math?
like 17, and I was watching Varsity Blues, and no, I probably wasn't watching Varsity Blues, but another time we were hanging out, or yeah, something. Anyways, I was watching probably like Remember the Titans or Friday Night Lights, hanging out with my
Or
bro,
YouTube?
or watching YouTube videos. And I saw on her Instagram she was like posting like cute pictures of her, and I was like, I had a few beers in me, so I was like, let's throw some fireballs, let's throw some some queen emojis. I just did like a big text full of emojis, and then she texted back, and I was not expecting that. I was like, ah, she'll just see how goofy I am and just like, yeah, thanks, stop. But she said she just started saying stuff, and I was like, we should go work out sometime together because we both are into that, and and then she was down. She was like, "Yeah, let's work out." I was like, "Oh, shoot." And then the day came for us to like work out, and I was not feeling so great from drinking too many beers. Uh, but so hold on. Yeah. But so then we decided to go
I
to the
want to
beach.
talk so
We
bad.
decided to go to the beach. You want to talk? Here, you talk.
Okay. Um, well, I think it was eventually you were like, let's go.
I'm probably mushing stories together.
You are.
Yeah. All right. So you fix
No,
it.
it's fine. No, I mean, it like started with like, let's go work out. And then it was like, well, let's go to the beach. And I was like, fine. It worked out timing wise for me. And I went to your house
Yep.
and picked you up,
Yeah.
and
I didn't I didn't have a car at the time. I was a pretty shabby guy. No car. I work part-time. Just doing a just being a bachelor.
okay. And so I picked you up and you like got in my car, and the first thing you said to me was like,
Can we go to Starbucks?
no, you said, I'm a little hungover. Can we go get some coffee?
Yeah.
That's what you said. And I was like,
You're all hip and hopping. You probably just finished training a client.
I don't know, but
You're all bouncy.
I'm preppy in the morning.
Yeah.
Peppy or preppy, I don't know. Anyways, So we went and hung out. We went to a bar in Jack's Beach
Well, first we
and
went to the beach and we hung out and got in the ocean, and that was fun. Wait, didn't we do that first?
I'm looking at her.
Oh, just let her be a puppy. Just let her be a
Um,
puppy.
yeah, so we did that and we went to a local bar on the beach and got drinks and hung out. Um, we ordered a burger that we
Yeah, we
shared.
shared a burger, and I remember the burger was like taking 10 minutes,
It was
and she like flagged down one of the servers, and she's like, "How's that burger coming along?" I was like, "Holy snikes, this girl."
say it like that. Like I probably was just like, "Hey, how's that burger?" Like, did I say how's that burger coming? I feel like that's not something I would
That's what you
say.
said, but you did say it like in a nice way, so I was like, "Oh, maybe she's not being a butthead."
Okay, well now you know me much better. Am I still like that?
No,
Okay. I'm pretty nice
you are nice.
to waiters.
Yeah, all the
Okay,
time.
to service
100%.
people. Like
No, you're hungry, and girls should never go hungry. Like that's not okay in society. You can't let women go hungry, so you got to make sure that's where the server and I messed up. We didn't get the food out in time.
and then that was our first date. And then after that, we never looked back.
Yeah, we just
You
pretty much started
never
hanging out like
never
every
got rid
day.
of me.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to. I was actually surprised that you wanted to hang out with me. I was like, did she really? So I was like, let's just keep it a secret that I'm a dork, and boom.
Yeah, you were definitely living like um so
We're living a cool life. Live with my bro Case and my buddy Jason, and Jason was running a full-time Airbnb business for dogs, so we would have like 15 dogs at the house,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
we'd watch cool movies, listen to cool music, and it was awesome. But then when I met Sarah, like early on, I didn't want to meet her kids because she has two kids, and I was like, I want to know for sure that we actually do love each other.
Yeah,
And
what was that like dating someone with kids? Like you must have really liked me because I feel like a lot of dudes are like, "Oh, she has kids."
so I've always wanted to be a dad, so I've always thought it was really cool.
Well, funny story is Patrick
I
he
had a vision
has a
board.
whiteboard. He uses it as his vision board and he had on there that he wanted to become a parent or dad in what time frame?
In like 6 months or something. I didn't know how babies work. I forgot there was
You don't know
nine.
how biology works, apparently.
Yeah. So yeah, I said
Unless I should have looked at that and been like, unless he already has someone.
no, no, I didn't. I just wanted to be a dad, and I thought maybe it takes 6 months.
God.
And then I forgot it was 9 months that it takes.
Oh, more than that.
Yeah, I guess it's like,
A year,
yeah, just
basically.
about a year for the baby to actually come
Yeah.
out and hang out with everyone.
Well, I guess you kind of got your wish,
Yeah, it was cool.
like being
I
around
had
my
fun. I had
kids.
fun. I was like, it was kind of like because they have a good dad in their life, and so it wasn't like I had to be like I still was like a dad, but like it was more like being like a coach or like a really older brother. Because I'm the youngest of five, so like I have four older siblings and two awesome parents. So I kind of just like just try to remember what they did for me, and then I just try to provide that for the kiddos. It was
Yeah.
fun and awesome. It's still
We'll
fun
get
and
more
awesome.
into
Yeah.
that part, but what um what was like a first impression of me
First impression
when
was
we had that
well,
date?
first impression was when I worked at Kookaburra, and I was a barista at a coffee shop, and I'd see you rolling in, and I was just like, yeah, she's really good looking. But I never thought ever in a million years that I would ever have a shot. So whenever she would come in, we both knew that we both liked personal training. I was personal training part-time at this gym called World Gym in St. Augustine and full-time barista and trying to build my online fitness business called Thunderbolt Challenge. Still doing that. And she was doing Fit for Mom. And so we just like talked to each other as friends. And I think that was like the number one most important thing is that we would talk to each other as friends and just got to know each other. And it was just fun that we had so many things that were relatable like that.
So like on our first date, like what was an impression of me, like spending time with me like that, like years later?
I felt lucky. Like when I was at the beach, I don't know if you guys can hear our dachshund, but she's whining right now. But we were at the beach and I'm like, I'm with a really gorgeous girl right now. Like I felt proud. I was like, I was just like, hey guys, look at me. Look at this.
Wow, I was just some arm candy
Look
for
at this
you.
cool guy
Good
over
to
here.
know.
Well, we're just first getting to know each other. Like I knew you're cool and fun, but I was like, there's no way
You didn't
she's
know I was cool or fun. I could have
no from
been.
our conversations. Like I had a good idea that you're a good person. And then I was like, any opportunity that I got a chance to hang out with you, I wanted to say yes and hang out with you. And it was just the best, most amazing memories. Like there might, since we've known each other, there might be like 7 to 10 days that we haven't hung out. Like we hang out all the time. It's pretty cool. But I love it. Like I love doing nothing with you. I love
Yeah.
going on dates with you. I love hanging out with friends with you.
Yeah.
Like I love doing everything with hanging out with family with you. Like everything's fun. There's no stress.
Um, my initial thought of you was when we were at the bar, we were sitting outside and like I couldn't tell if you were hungover or like just staring at me, but like you were like looking at me and I'm like,
I just want
I
to,
feel like you were looking into my soul. I was like, I sounds so cheesy, but I was like, I've never been looked at like this.
yeah, I didn't want to
Like
mess it
I
up.
was like an icon or something.
I
You
didn't
made
want
me
to,
feel so good about myself.
yeah, I thought the best way to not mess it up was by just letting you talk.
I know you did let me talk, but now
And
you
then
don't.
now I don't, which I'm like, okay. I always tell myself every single day, I'm like, let her talk
I
today.
guess that was one thing I was like, oh my gosh, he just lets
He's
me
so
talk.
cool.
He just listens. Like, oh my gosh, like this is
I
so
know.
cool.
And but that's when you know that I love you is like, just, I want to just give my perspective on things. And then, but I need to, guys, we need to just let women talk because that's the,
Okay, save your advice because that's for the end.
okay.
Okay.
That's really the only piece of advice I got.
So, okay, your impression of me was I was what?
First impression,
hmm
it was just like,
I was an icon. Okay,
yeah,
we'll
it's
just
like
say
you're an
that.
icon. I was lucky. I was
Okay.
lucky to be there with you. Still am.
Okay, so we're gonna move on now to the proposal. I will tell this story,
Okay.
and then you can kind of fill in. But um, we basically moved in together around like 2020-ish. It was more almost 2021. He officially moved in with me. And then we were, doing good. Like we knew we eventually wanted to get married and create a life together like we already were, but um I feel like I definitely wasn't like making you feel pressured to like propose to
No, not at
me.
all. There's no pressure. I wanted to do it.
We did look at rings at one point.
Yep.
The ring I have is the one I picked.
And I wanted us to go into that store because
Yes.
it is in in my hometown, Frederick, Maryland, Colonial uh Jewelers.
Jewelers.
See, that's another word I don't know how to say.
Colonial
Jewelers,
Jewelers.
jewelers.
Shout out to them. But
Mediterranean.
so
I don't say that word either.
he we had looked at rings and I picked out one, but I never was like pushing on him, like, when are you gonna propose? When are you gonna do it? Like I was just happy and I was just okay with like life. Um, and then in 2022, it was when we came back from our summer family vacation.
Yeah, we always go to Outer Banks.
I, it was a week we had the kids. I was approached by a friend of mine who is a photographer. She actually photographed our wedding. She's done a lot of our photo shoots, most all of them.
Photo
But
shoots before even the proposal. A
yes,
lot of photo shoots.
shoots.
Photo shoots. So it wasn't like a sh- the photographer would ask, or I remember one time the photographer asked Sarah if she wanted to be a model for one of the photo shoots,
Yeah, so
and asked me to come too, or was that your idea? I don't know what it was,
well,
but it doesn't
anyway,
matter.
she reached out to me and another friend of mine, one of my best friends, and was like, "Hey, I want to give away like a free modeling family photo shoot to promote like family photos for the fall. Would one of you be interested?" And my friend Jenny was like, "Oh, I'm going out of town, like I won't be here." And I was like, "Oh, well, I mean, I'll have the kids that week, like let's do it."
She signed us up, and she wouldn't
I
even
didn't
tell me.
even tell you, I
I know.
forgot.
I was like, I know she.
I was
That's
like,
it.
"Oh, we have a photo shoot."
Sarah does this all the time, where she'll sign us up for things, not tell me anything about it until like 27 hours before the event. I'm like, hey, we got to do this, and I was like waiting for it. I was like, when is she gonna tell us when this is gonna happen?
So I eventually told him, and he was like down and everything, which he's always down for photo shoots. Another thing I love about him, um, is he's up for anything that I sign him up for. But we get to this family photo shoot. It's at a local national like park or something. Um, and we're all dressed up for family photos. My nails are done, my hair is done. Like I look pretty cute. And
Oh
the
yeah,
kids look great. I dressed you up.
yeah.
And
Before we even went,
she,
I was playing Madden, and
yeah,
you're like, come on, get ready. I was like, what? What's the big deal?
but we get there, I like take a shot of tequila because I like feel like I always have to do that before a photo shoot to like loosen me up. And she's like, Sarah, can you like walk ahead and like I'm gonna take a video for Instagram. And I'm gonna have the kids like run towards you. So you're gonna turn around and they're gonna be coming towards you. And I was like, okay. And so I do it, and then I turn around and Patrick and the kids, well, Patrick was on one knee and the kids were beside him, and I just like
Yeah,
I like was speechless. I like couldn't say
I
anything.
was too. I don't know. I don't even know if I said
I like
anything. I think I was just like, hey, here's the ring.
I legitimately was so surprised, taken aback. I had no idea. I didn't even say yes. I just got on the ground and started kissing you, and the kids were surrounding, and it was just and I will say, like, you did really well on that because I had zero clue. I had no idea.
Sarah
Um,
likes to take charge in just about everything. And so I knew if I try to ask her to do something with me, she'd be like, oh, he's about to propose. So I was like, oh.
so you kind of almost made it sound like it was my idea,
Yeah, it
like
was
the
your
whole thing.
made it your idea.
Yeah.
You're telling me what to wear. You're
That was brilliant. Like I will say that was brilliant because I had zero clue. Zero clue. I thought we were just taking family photos. And so, oh, are you
No, I
crying?
was yawn. No, I'm just kidding.
But
No, I'm
yeah,
laughing. I
so
was crying. Laughing, crying.
and then 9 months later we got married.
Yep,
So it
that was
worked
cool.
out. We had a great wedding.
It
It
was an
was so
amazing wedding.
fun.
So many people helped make it amazing, and
So many people did.
incredibly thankful for every
I
single
like
person that made it.
I wish I could have done more to like thank everyone because it was such a good day. It ran so smoothly. People volunteered and helped and just made the day amazing.
Yeah.
So it was
You did a
awesome.
great job. You wrote all the thank you cards, and I hopefully they made it to every single person.
I did do
I'm
thank you
sure.
cards because you
Yeah.
hounded me.
Yeah.
Hounded me.
Yeah. We
Um,
got to make that happen. You did a great job.
um,
Great handwriting.
thank you. I do have good handwriting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's like a myth buster for marriage? Like what were your biggest misconceptions about marriage before you got married to me?
Uh, Misconception, like something that I thought it would be like that it's not like.
Yeah, like anything that you like had this expectation that like maybe you thought it would be like, or like it can be good or bad.
None. Like I just knew, like for me, like I think it's just important. Like I think the most important part as a man is to just commit to one woman. It's easy to it's easy to not do that because there's just so many people in the world. But I just knew deep down Sarah's the most amazing woman. And then I got the opportunity to be like a father figure to her kids. And I was like, this is really cool. Like I get to be a teacher. I love coaching and just like just every single time that we're hanging out, I was just like, this is fun. Even when we have like little fights or whatever, I'm like, I'm enjoying this fight. Like I want to like I'm enjoying every moment with my wife.
I think you like to amp me the fuck
I
up.
like to amp you up, yeah, 100%. I like to amp up
Um,
everyone, but especially you because it's
yes,
so
you
much fun.
because we don't agree on like everything. We have very differing
Yeah,
views, but
and
at this
that'd be boring if we agreed on
right,
everything.
right.
Like
But like I get very passionate about some things.
yeah, I love it. I remember one of the first
Um,
times I have pictures of it where you're on like a ottoman and your hands are like clapping and you're having like confrontation with my roommate Jason. And you're just trying to you're just trying to get your perspective on it. I was like, I'm just gonna let this go. This is cute. Like, this is really cute.
take some pictures.
Yeah, I took some pictures out while you're getting amped up. I was like, she is so sexy. I love her.
I
She is
just
a firecracker. Yeah, I love it.
some worldviews have
Yeah.
changed since then, but
And that doesn't matter. It's gonna
yeah.
change all the time. Like,
Okay,
but I
so
love you.
you really didn't have any
No,
misconceptions.
I just knew because like watching my parents, like they were amazing, but I saw them like I saw the ups and downs of what a relationship is. It's just like you just commit to the person and you love them through everything.
Yeah. I'll say for me, I had been married before and I knew from, you know, leaving that marriage, I knew what I wanted in this marriage. And I will say,
She
excuse
didn't
me,
get it. She didn't. No, I'm just kidding.
getting married like in your mid 30s is so much different. It's such a different ball game than it is when you're just turning like 20 years old. So
Yeah.
I had a lot of life experience behind me, a lot of life lessons. And so I knew what I wanted to take into this marriage
Yeah.
and what I didn't. And, I felt like it was just easy to be with you anyway. So I didn't feel as if, you know, there was anything I was really concerned about necessarily. So I really didn't have any misconceptions, but I definitely encourage people to like wait
Yeah.
to
I think
get
that's a
married.
good idea too, because I remember when I was in my teens and my 20s, just being immature, and I'm still immature, but like I hold it back a little
I think you
bit.
are.
And oh man, like I feel bad anytime that I'm a butthead to you, but I feel bad anytime I was a butthead to any girlfriend before. Like it's just
Well,
like
that's good. So you have some
yeah, like when
self-reflection.
I got to meet you
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, don't mess this up. And I've messed it up, I'm sure, plenty of times, but then I'm like, I gotta fix this because she is like the best girl in the world for me. And
Such a hype man.
hell yeah. But those experiences in previous relationships, it was like, all right. It like one piece of advice that I got from my brothers one time was relationships are 50-50. Like it's not just because something's going wrong and you think it's all this person's fault. It's not like there's things that you could have done as a person to just improve the situation. And I'm that's just speaking from my side. I'm sure it could be different for other people. It probably is, but that's how I feel.
Um, so okay, we're gonna do some like rapid, quick fire couples
All right, quick.
questions, okay? And I'm gonna ask you,
Okay.
who's most likely to start an argument over nothing?
Probably me.
This is very true. I agree.
Last night, I was wanting to make my steaks, and Babe was just trying to be helpful. She put the steaks on a cold pan
No, I
and checked.
didn't. It was warm. No, I had no, no, no.
I wanted it.
I had specifically warmed up the pan, put the butter in the pan. It had been heating up for like a minute and a half, and I put the steak on there,
Yeah,
and you freaked out on me,
yeah.
and I had to walk
Because
away.
I didn't want a dry steak.
I wasn't, I was getting it started for you. I wasn't gonna like, I knew you were like about to come out,
Yeah.
so I was getting it
No,
started for
I
you.
am thankful
But,
that you did that because
but,
you cook like 98% of the meals in our household. I would look like
well, I
some,
enjoy cooking.
yeah, like I would be, that would be like, if I didn't have you, I would look like a guy from the Holocaust probably.
I will say, when I met you, you were on a diet of corn chips and peanut butter.
And I thought that was healthy. I would go right before I would go on a run, I would just eat a couple spoonfuls of peanut butter because I was like, there's some healthy fats and some nuts and peanuts
Hmm.
and whatever the spread what it makes. And I would do that, and then I would get done my run. I'm like, you know what? There's some hot salsa in the fridge and some corn chips. And then every now and then my brother would be making some steaks. I'm like, hey,
I
let me
will
get one
say,
of
I
those
probably
steaks.
won over your heart by feeding you the way I
Yeah,
did.
when I went into the hospital, you made me all these healthy meals. You took care of me. I was like, holy cow, this woman is amazing.
Yeah, you married a
Yeah,
woman.
I married
You
a
married a woman, not a girl.
a great, amazing woman.
Okay, who's most likely? Oh, we said that one. Who has the better sense of humor?
I think you do because yours is
You don't have to lie.
no, seriously, because mine's like I'm trying to be funny constantly, where yours is like it will just be on a monthly basis. You'll just
It's like once a month.
but I'm like, is she being for real? And you're like, no, I'm just joking.
I think
You're just being
I'm just one
sarcastic.
of those people where I'm just funny on accident. Like
No,
there's no
there's
like
times where
planning of
you're being
like,
intentional about it.
but you're
You're,
definitely more funny than I am.
I try to be funny,
Like I'm,
where you like
no, you
you
don't
have
have
other
to try.
hobbies, like you like thrifting
I
and
know, but I don't, you're just naturally
you
funny.
like murder podcasts, you like housewife TV shows. I just like to try and throw jokes, and some hit, some don't.
Well, I would say you have the better sense of humor.
It's been
Look at us just hyping each other up. This is hilarious.
This
Okay.
podcast is a great idea.
Who's the worst at apologizing?
That's gonna be me again. Like you always are never wrong. You're always right. So it's like it's kind of hard for you to have to apologize.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't ever need to. You're doing
So
great.
women are always right.
No, not every woman. Just you.
I would say 95% of the time I'm usually right.
Yeah. Yep, I should
But
always take your advice.
all right. Okay, so one piece of advice for anyone who's listening.
Oh, definitely listen, and I don't listen. Rarely do I listen. And communication when you like they just communicate whatever you're doing in life. Hey, I'm at work. I'm working out. I'm hanging with the boys. Just communicate
Yeah.
and communicate time to like, hey, let's go on a date. Let's do this. Like make sure you're putting in the effort to date your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance
I think
every
that's
day.
the goals that we should have this year is for you and I to do more date
Yeah, I was
nights.
thinking like I was already envisioning like have like one cool big thing each month to do. Like in March, we're gonna go see the Shane Gillis comedy
Yeah, so we
show.
have to figure
I
out
know you want
where
to go see Rascal Flatts. I think it's in
that's in
April.
April, but maybe we sit down and figure out something for this month.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But I would say, yeah, my biggest piece of advice would be to men, to the guys to communicate.
Yeah.
Like where you're at, where you're going, what you're doing, when you're going to be home. And I'm telling you, if you do that, your girl will not be upset. Like if you
Yeah.
just communicate ahead of time and give them a time, and when you come home at that time, like she's not going to be mad. Like I love my alone time. I love being by myself, probably a little too much, but I appreciate when I'm communicated with and the fact of like, hey, I'm doing this and I don't want you to ask permission. I'm not
Yeah,
like
I'm
your
gonna tell
mom.
you like, hey, this is what I'm doing, girl.
Bitch, you listen.
No, I wouldn't say that.
No,
That's
you
rude.
wouldn't.
Yeah, that's rude. Don't say that to women.
Um, but if that is something that is put in place, because, we don't share locations, we're not like that couple. Because
Yeah, I never even thought about
I
that.
trust you. Like, I
Yeah.
don't,
I'm
feel the
probably
need to,
probably at V.
but because I do watch a lot of murder
Yeah.
podcasts or listen to a lot of murder podcasts, knowing your location is probably sometimes safe.
Yeah, that gives me anxiety when you watch those.
I love Dateline.
I I come
Who doesn't love
I
falling
come I
asleep to
come home I
Dateline?
come home from work and I open up the door and it's like he was stabbed 29 times. Blood was gushing everywhere. It got in everyone's eyes. One guy got AIDS. Another person died. They didn't even nothing happened to them. They just died. And the guy that got stabbed 29 times, he's actually in prison now. It's like, wait, what?
Dateline is crazy. I will say
And
that.
it's so hard to go to sleep because I'm like thinking about that guy. I'm like,
No,
oh
it's
man.
so true. Like as women, we like if it's real crime, like we're just kind of like, and then we like go to sleep to it. But if it's like a demon possession movie or like The Conjuring, I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
that. Like I'm not
I'll put
watching.
on like
No, see, I
Lone
hate
Survivor,
those
and you'll be like,
movies.
nope, I can't go to sleep now. Just saw a couple military guys get shot.
Well, it's just so sad.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful story too. It's like people that have been
To
like
me,
it's portraying people
that
that have
is
done great things for our country.
that is depressing.
No, I
Like
love
it's so
that.
depressing.
And then you put on some American music afterwards, like some Rooster.
And I'm proud to be an
I
American.
was thinking Alice in Chains.
Oh,
But that's a good song too.
yeah, but we actually watched a movie last night and you were freaking out.
Yeah, because it was too weird.
We watched this movie called Hear No Evil. Hear No Evil, I
Yeah,
think is
that
what.
that one
See No
evil
Evil?
guy, he's good at being
James
evil.
McAvoy was in it.
Yeah, he's scary. I
He
don't,
is a really good actor. Like I was watching him, like he plays crazy way too well.
yeah, I don't know if I would ever want to be his friend.
Um,
Like if we ever get him on the podcast, I'm not talking to him
it was crazy.
one
It
day.
was a crazy
I'll
movie,
talk to you, bro.
but I enjoyed that movie last night.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good little date time.
And then the movie we watched the night before, was really sad.
Yeah, that was sad.
Me
Yeah.
Before
Yeah,
You.
she likes putting all these like movies on where like someone has to die.
Well,
This guy took his life. He went to Switzerland. He's like, "Oh, I love you,
he
but
was
I'm going to."
his quality of life wasn't what he wanted it
He
to
was being
be.
selfish.
If you haven't seen that movie, you should watch it. If you like need a good cry, go watch that movie. Me Before You.
For you. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening to us today. This is just kind of our introduction episode to kind of get to know us a little more. Some of you who are listening, you may already know us, but someone who is listening may have never known our story. So, we're excited We have an Instagram. I will link it. You guys can go find us. I'm going to try to start using that some more. If you want to share this with anyone, let them know, hey, this new funny podcast is coming. We got you guys. And if you have any like comments or ideas for us, we are
like and subscribe, comment in the comment section below. Say some things that you think are fun or cool.
Yeah.
Or even positive and negative feedback. Like, hey, dude, I don't like it when you wear that hat. When I watch it on YouTube, you look like a dork. And I'm like, all right, dude, I won't wear the hat anymore. Or like, maybe you're like, I don't like how you talk. Just let me know.
And we'll say, screw you.
Yeah, I'll just be like, all right, dude, thanks. Have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. If you are listening today, bless your heart. Have a blessed day. Till wit do us part. We will see you next time.